Alright guys, so today I got an unboxing to do for you, and I know it's been a really long time since I've unboxed any games at all, mostly because, well, you can just watch the hundreds of other unboxing videos of games out there, but this title in particular is probably going to go by pretty unnoticed, and I do want to bring some attention to it, and that is Divinity II, the Dragon Knight Saga for the Xbox 360. Now, this is a special launch copy that does come with some extra goodies, which is one of the reasons why I'm going to unbox this for you guys to show you what's inside. But the other reason is because this is actually a re-release of a game that came out last year on the PC and Xbox 360, and I have that game right here. Now, some of you may remember me mentioning this game. I actually really enjoyed this, and that's Divinity II Ego Draconis, which this is a third-person action RPG in an open-world fashion that was ported to the Xbox 360 last year. And I picked it up, not knowing much about it, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was an excellent open-world action-adventure game, but the biggest downfall about this game was that the frame rate was absolutely terrible. Being a port of a PC game, they did a really terrible job of porting it over to the Xbox 360, and it suffered from some really bad slowdown and lag, which actually killed it for a lot of people. So, now this is almost unheard of in the video game industry, especially for, you know, sort of lesser known releases such as this, but Atlus basically trusted and believed in this game so much that they've took it to themselves to publish the updated version that the developers, and the developer is, let's see here, the developer is Larian Studios. I know you guys can't really read that, but Larian Studios released an updated version of the game, which has a lot of improvements. First of all, they have an entirely new graphic engine, so there's no more slowdown. They got a new camera angle. They did some tweaking to the gameplay for difficulty balances, which was a problem with the original, I remember. And I put about 25 hours into this version of Divinity II, so I've definitely played quite a bit of this game. But this is an enhanced version. It's essentially the same game, yes. From what I've heard, they've done some really big changes to the endgame content, and it also includes the new expansion that came out for the game. But whoever heard of a developer going back and basically redoing their game and re-putting it out there, you know, a year later, which I think is really excellent, that they really believe in their product, and it's, you know, and Atlus for believing in the developer and the game itself and putting out the copy for us. So let me unbox this really fast for you guys, because for $40, this game retails for $39.99. You get some extras in there, and I know I haven't unboxed any games recently, but I've been buying a lot of Atlus games that include these, you know, bonus music discs and art books and everything, and I just think it's really great of them. And as you see here, the launch copies come with free art book and soundtrack included, which all the copies of the game, from what I believe, are going to come with the soundtrack, but only the launch copies will come with the art book, which I'll show you guys. So, first of all, here's the art book that it comes with. Divinity II. Let's see, there's 45 pages inside. And this is a really excellent looking game. I can tell you guys, I'm really excited to play through it again with updated graphics, because the world of Divinity II was just phenomenal at times. Think of it as Two Worlds style. And I know, you know, just hearing the name Two Worlds scares off a lot of people. But Divinity II has a great class system. You can kind of craft your character the way you want in terms of mixing between 4 different class trees like Mage, Rogue, Warrior. I know the first time I played it on the older version, I made sort of like a Warrior, Necromancer kind of character. And you go on quests and everything, and eventually, much later on in the game, you get the ability to change into a dragon, which is right around where I stopped playing. It does take quite a bit to get the ability to do that. So you get a nice little art book with it, with some interviews. So not too bad. And then inside here, inside will obviously be the game and the instructions, which is no big deal, but you also get a soundtrack, and I do remember the game did have a great soundtrack, so let's see how they present that to us in here. You get the manual, and here's the soundtrack CD. Now, I don't know how many songs are on here. Oh wow, okay. 21 tracks. Normally on Atlus, when they release these bonus soundtracks, sometimes you only get a couple of songs, and sometimes you get, you know, a full-fledged soundtrack, and this is definitely a full-fledged soundtrack with 21 tracks on it. So that's definitely a very nice bonus. And let's see, is the manual black and white, or is it in color? It is in color. I know a lot of you will be happy about that. I know some people absolutely dread black and white manuals. I, in particular, definitely prefer them to be in color. So you get a whole bunch of icons there for your class abilities and such. And this is a pretty thick manual as well. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to, it's not like me to do unboxing videos much that often anymore, because like I said, they're readily available there on YouTube. But I know I have the power to bring some attention to this game, and having played it previously, I can definitely already highly recommend it. And heck, if it's an improved version of the original with fixing all the problems that I had with it in terms of the slowdown and the graphics and some unbalancing issues, this is going to be definitely worth picking up for $40. So if you're into action RPGs, definitely check out Divinity II, the Dragon Knight Saga for the Xbox 360.